Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by ACHARA KIRK.
What's up?
We're watching the season finale to season 1 of Invincible. This episode is titled Where I Really Come From. A little vajayjay.
Wow.
So, if you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up to let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching. If you're watching this on Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us here. I'm doing this all kinds of backwards. Because you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see a cut-down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. However, if you want to watch the whole thing with us, uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/JabyKoay. We can watch the whole series with us, the whole season, but you will need your own Amazon Prime Video subscription so you can open up the show in an adjacent window to our reaction, and it's like you're watching it with two of your favorite pals from the internet. All right, let's jump into this. Here we go.
Oh.
Well, that's one way to open it.
That's gross and disturbing.
His symbol looks like a broken YouTube symbol.
Dad, tell me how to stop them! Mark, let my dad go! Let him go!
Stop.
Oh, okay.
I am from Viltrum, but it's not the planet I've told you about.
Knew it, you're lying.
It had a perfect civilization, but it took all of our strength, determination, and courage to get there. In order for our people to reach their full
Oh!
we had to remove the weak from our society. It was a long and difficult process.
Oh!
When it was over, our population was cut in half. But what emerged from the ashes was unstoppable.
Wow.
And now, we need to get Earth ready to join the Viltrum Empire.
Oh boy.
We can finally do what we were meant to do, be who we were meant to be.
You lied to me.
You couldn't know the truth. Not until you had your powers, not until I was sure.
Yeah, because what, you would have killed him?
You're nearly full-blooded. You'll live for thousands of years.
Whoa.
Understand what that means? Everyone you know and love will be gone before you even look 30.
Wow.
All we have to do is welcome Earth into our empire. I do love your mother, but she's more like a pet to me.
Wow.
We have a responsibility to Viltrum.
I don't give a shit about Viltrum. And I don't care if I live a fucking million years. This is my home, and I won't let you destroy it.
You don't know what you're saying, and I can't let you interfere.
Oh, God.
I know exactly what I'm saying.
I don't think you're ready. Did you not hear all the things that he said?
Do you really think you can stop me?
Oh, no. Is he gonna just break his hand?
Damn.
Map their trajectory. I need to know where they're going before they get there.
Did they hear the whole conversation?
Oh, Jesus Christ, you okay?
I'm fine. What's happening with Mark and Omni-Man?
Omni-Man's kicking the shit out of him. The world's gone fucking nuts.
Indeed. I truly hope Mark lives up to his name. To face his father and survive, he'll need to be
Invincible! Oh, God. Goosebumps.
Don't do this! It's not too late!
Yes, it is.
Oh! This is basically a kamikaze mission.
Yeah.
Look what they need to mimic a fraction of our power.
As soon as they separate, hit them with everything you've got.
Roger that. Okay. He's crazy. How can he...
Now!
GTFO.
Does he even feel that?
No. It's just a
scratch.
annoyance.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's just vindictive. Catch him? Ooh.
I got you. You won't deploy! You won't need it.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Come on, man.
Thank you.
Is he gonna live?
Didn't think I was gonna make it.
Go! Oh no, you're not!
You saved him. So much effort. For what?
Oh no!
He's on my 6.
Oh god. I mean, there's tough love and then there's tough love. Damn. Oh god. Are they like the only people in the building? Did he save her? Is she okay? Or is she smushed? No.
Is Mom's life worthless?
In the grand scheme of things, yes.
Debbie.
How can you say those things? How could you say that about Mom?
Oh my god.
God damn. Shit.
I will burn this planet down before I spend another minute living among these animals. Please.
Oh.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
You're a Viltrumite in blood only. Well, your true education begins now.
Gear up. We can't stop this fight, but we can save lives.
Okay, that's cute. What, can they breathe underwater or what?
Is it gonna create like a
Healing
tsunami?
bubble? No. Okay. Just torture. You know.
Look.
God.
Had enough yet?
I'll stop you.
I'm ready when you are.
God damn.
You want to die for this planet? Fine. What's 17 more years? I can always start again. Make another kid.
Damn it!
Oh, yuck. His chin split open.
Oh god, I didn't even realize that.
Everyone and everything you know will be gone. What will you have after 500 years?
Oh, that was crazy. I was wondering how the fight was going to stop. I was like, the only way it would stop is like some realization of his own humanity. They weren't jumping into the fight.
No, like they didn't stand a chance.
Right. And Mark was just like, when he punched him in the face and Omni-Man was like, please. I was like, there's no way he can stop him. There's just no way he can stop him, like, with his fists.
Life goes on.
Well, as best as you can.
Yeah.
Have you heard from Mark?
Not since that stuff between him and his dad on the news. I'm really worried. Oh, shit.
Wait a minute, you know he's invincible?
I wanted to tell you that your mother heard everything your dad said, so you don't have to go through the trouble of explaining this whole ordeal.
What? She heard everything? How could you do that?
Don't you think she deserves to know the truth? Lights?
What?
Come up with a kryptonite kind of thing?
Yeah, maybe.
We fixed the house, talked to your school and Debbie's work. There's even a headstone in the cemetery. Not that you want to visit it. If either of you need anything else, you know how to reach me.
Thanks, Cecil.
I was actually wondering at the other scene why he's not flying around instead of walking.
Mark!
Looks like I wasn't the only person being lied to.
You know how many man is my...
Said your dad was killed when a gas line blew up across the street. Not that hard to figure it out from there. Detective Amber, ready to help out on any tough cases that come up.
Oh, she's messing around.
Mark! Oh, man, it's so good to see you're all right. I mean, after everything on the TV about you and Omni...
We're not open. How did you get in?
Debbie,
What's she gonna do?
How are you holding up? Scratch that stupid question. What can I do for you?
Maybe she's thinking ahead and she wants a reinforced costume for him.
We don't have to do this here.
No, it's okay. I just need to get out of the house. But, can we talk about something else?
We can try, but it's literally all anyone is talking about in the whole world.
I met Mark in costume before I realized we went to the same school. I'm Adam Eve.
What? Oh my God, I see it now. You can make doubles of yourself.
No, that's duplicate. I'm the pink one.
It's so funny. She doesn't even wear a mask.
Yeah, that's about right. The clothes are just ripped right off.
Yeah. Where? Who's coming? Is it Dad?
Invincible!
Oh.
I have to warn you.
Warn me.
When I returned to the Coalition of Planets to tell them I'd been going to Earth instead of Urath, they lost their minds. Earth is off limits. There's a Viltrumite living on your planet. You're a Viltrumite, but you don't work for them. The Coalition is trying to unite enough worlds to stop the Viltrumite Empire. The thing is, no one's even heard of a Viltrumite abandoning their post.
Let me know if I can do anything to help.
I don't get why you're smiling.
Just thinking about everything I've been through. How huge it all feels. But the fact it's just a small part of something much larger makes it all seem more...
Once they find out your father took off, the Viltrumites are gonna come for you. Trust me, when they set their sights on a planet, they don't give up without a fight.
I'll be ready.
I hope so. What's the plan in the meantime?
What can you do?
Okay.
Oh yeah, we established that.
Yeah, but they're still on Mars.
No, I thought that...
What is he? Oh. Oh, that guy. How do we get him to be on their team? Oh, yeah. They were pretty effective-ish.
Finish high school, I guess.
Oh, all right, good. Sounds good. What is high school?
Wow. Oh my God. You know, last episode you were like, oh yeah, this episode's so crazy, yeah, like, oh, the penultimate episode is always like the craziest one.
I think in some ways it was the craziest in terms of action and like in terms of the build-up. Because I mean, this was, I don't mean this in a negative way, but it was a lot of the same thing, which is like his dad showing him that humanity doesn't stand a chance, that they're weak, they're pathetic compared to them. And it's just like an escalation of that. It was just lots of that same thing being driven home, which, you know, harkens back for me to like Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, or just Dragon Ball in general.
Yeah.
You know, where you have these epic end-of-the-world type fights all the time, except it's on a real scale. And what is fascinating about this is, while it's very, very violent, it's showing you realistically, because it smacks in the face of like Superman and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Even Batman v Superman, because that's a PG-13 film, which is meant to be sold to as many people as possible, right? Because the only rated R film in that arena that we got was Zack Snyder's Justice League, which violence-wise was still tame compared to this. And so what you get here is a revelation, which is like, if we really got a Superman type character, like, why would he be here? It's for this. And that's what I was calling out in the last episode, which is like that Super Saiyan thing. They came here to take over. That's the job of a Saiyan. They send one person in to take over this very, very weak species. And I was like, it must be that it's all about just weeding out the weak. And that's exactly, it's almost verbatim what he said.
Yeah.
Was they reduced their population in a very Spartan-like fashion. Of just like, if you think back to 300 at the very beginning of the movie, and you see like that pile of babies that are dead, the skulls and whatever, because they're just weeding out the weak. It's ruthless. It's horrific, and it makes a lot of sense. But I was like, as the story was going along, I'm like, there's so much destruction. Omni-Man's profile's funked. Like, there's no way he can be the hero that he used to be, right? Because like any lives he has saved over the past 20 years, he has destroyed that in tenfold or more, presumably. Like, just the way he leveled that city was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the way he leveled the subway was even more nuts.
That was just awful.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just so disturbing because he's literally like, okay, I will show you how weak these people are and use you to freaking like break apart the train and then make you watch as you're basically watching all of these people die around you and you're causing this destruction in a way, you know?
The one thing that threw me off in this episode was the very quick flash of Viltrum, or whatever it's called, that planet.
Yeah.
When they were having that big epic battle of fighting each other, weeding out the weak. They were literally just blowing through each other. How is that possible that they were doing that? I'm probably overthinking this, but the whole premise of this episode is this epic battle between father and son, who are two Viltrumites, right?
Yeah.
And when they're fighting each other, they're not breaking like through them. So is that because Omni-Man didn't decide to do that, or because it just isn't possible the way you can just break through a human? Am I overthinking the physics there? Because like they were just blowing through each other on Viltrumite.
Sure, yeah. So I think probably what it is as well is like, on some level, Omni-Man is pulling his punches because that is his son, right? And I suppose there's something going on in the back of his mind where he's like, if I just beat him enough, I will beat some sense into the boy and he'll realize that it's pointless and he'll join me. So he wants to hurt him, but he doesn't want to kill him outright.
Right.
And then the only thing that saved him in the end was love. It was the humanity, right? I was surprised by how moved I was by all of that. You know, it's great because this is the 8th episode. I'm really invested in the characters, and I think that Sandra Oh did a really great job as his mom. Like, I see all of that in the character, you know, that she loved this man and she really wanted him to embrace humanity, and she's teaching him and all of that. And then that beautiful moment where it's just like a mother and a father watching their son, and he's like playing baseball and he's succeeding, and then you get that he finally realizes, oh, this is what it means to be a father. You know, when you live for that long, when you're living for millennia, you lose track of that humanity because, everyone just becomes an insect to you because it's like your lifespan is so fleeting. Why do you even matter to me? You're like a pet at best, you know? And so he's reminded of like the value of life and love, and I guess that saved his son's life.
Presumably that humanity's been brewing in there the entire time. You know, in order for that to resurrect itself in the moment of need. Because that doesn't just happen, right?
No,
like,
of course. It's been growing in there like a seed.
I suppose it's been like the two hemispheres of his soul, of his brain, whatever you want to call it, sort of battling it out. And for the 2 decades that he's been there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I suppose when you've been living a lie, right, for so long, on some level, maybe you start becoming that person, you know, that persona that you kind of used as a disguise.
What I was unclear about is why he didn't start taking over the moment he landed. Did they explain that? Is it so he could create a son? Like, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I wasn't. Actually, now that you mention it, maybe we missed something, or like they didn't really explain that.
It's all fiction. It's all made up stuff. It's kind of fascinating, the notion that someone can come from billions of miles away and produce an offspring with someone on Earth, because the DNA would be completely different.
Yeah.
There's no way you can splice that together. It's the same as like a giraffe trying to have a baby with a deer. It's like the DNA is just not going to be be like you can't have offspring like that.
Sometimes, like, you know,
you can get a liger.
No, like,
close enough.
Do you know what a mule is?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you mate a horse with a donkey, you'll get a mule.
Sure.
They can't have babies, I think. Right? I don't know.
The mule is not as good as either one of them.
That's true. I mean, the excuse they made was like, oh, our DNA is so pure. You're basically pure Viltrumite.
Sure.
So Like, whatever.
We could fall down a weird rabbit hole of discussing that, but it's like, it's fiction. It doesn't matter. But, I mean, Superman had a baby with Lois.
Right.
Doesn't make sense either, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fiction. It's an interesting story. It's an interesting examination of like humanity, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what was regained in that moment, in that final moment before he took off, was like what little humanity he gained from like being with his wife and being and having this child, this offspring. Yeah, it smacks in the face of everything that he was raised to believe and feel. You know, I thought that was a cool moment.
Yeah.
The flashback to the baseball thing. It almost got me. I know. I saw it got you pretty good.
Yeah.
It almost got me, but it's like I think because on some level I was expecting it, it didn't hit me quite as hard because I'm like I kept waiting for that thing, for lack of a better phrase, that Deus Ex Machina moment. Like, what is going to pull them out of this? Because there's nobody stands a chance against this guy, and that's the point. Is like no one stands a chance.
Yeah.
Like if he wants to level Earth, he can, and no one can stop him. There's no weapons, no superheroes, nothing can stop him except the love that has been planted inside of him. Like that's all that you've got left. And then of course, so.
And you know, even after all that, you see his best friend, the costume guy, and his wife are still, you know, they're still holding on hope. On some level. Yeah, that is trauma, right?
Yeah.
And that's real as well, where you're like, I can't believe that this person that I loved and that I invested 20 years of my life with turned out to be this absolute psycho.
Yeah. No, that's a very real thing, and I think that was a nice touch because I think that when you are someone who's suffering from PTSD or that kind of loss, like that realization, I think that in order to just hug the pain away or coat it or whatever, or just like reduce it and numb it for a moment, you just want that person back, even though you know they are the most evil thing to ever set foot on Earth.
Sure.
Like there's still part of you that wants to just subscribe to the lie that you've been living that entire time and just have that person back and sort of just, you know, paint over the part where they just, you know, killed hundreds of thousands of people. It's cool. It's cool. Like as long as I can just hold them, you know, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
You know, I get that, you know, it's obviously very hyperbolic, very exaggerated form of what your average person goes through. But I think it's a nice touch in terms of the psychology of the character. That's something they played with it in the show that I think I really appreciate because you don't actually get that all that often.
Yeah. And like definitely all of the repercussions that you were talking about, you know, like the difference between when we watch a superhero show like Superman or like the Avengers, you know, movies or whatever. You see the scale of destruction, but no one dies. And at first when that happened, when they landed in Chicago, I was like, I wonder if anyone is hurt right now. And then they show you like actually what happened is a lot of people got hurt and a lot of people died.
Yeah.
And that's not something that you see very often.
This is going to sound weird because I enjoyed it, but it makes me wonder, do we need this show? You know, because let me explain. In real life, you know, you give a little kid a teddy bear, right? And a teddy bear, it's like, it's warm. Oh, it's my teddy bear.
It's nice, yeah.
But you're raised to think teddy bears are cute. And then you have a scene like The Revenant where Leonardo DiCaprio's just gnarly, you know, ravaged by this bear and almost killed. Like there's a whole section of the movie where he's just healing because he was so ravaged by this bear. This show and The Boys is the equivalent of like the bear scene to Marvel's Avengers teddy bear. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, and I can see the point of it. Like you think it's so cute, you know, superheroes showing up and saving the planet. They're like, but this is what would actually happen. I'm like, all right, why are you telling me this though? Like,
I mean,
why do I need to know what would actually happen if actual super beings came to Earth? We're not dealing with that. Why do I need to see that? Why can't I just have the ignorance that, you know, superheroes would be cool, you know, and they'd be on our side and they wouldn't try to just destroy us or overtake the planet? Why can't I just continue to subscribe to the lie?
I mean, ultimately, that's a choice, right? And I think, there's a place for everything. And while it's lovely to bury our head in the sand, it's also refreshing to see this other take on it, you know?
Why can't I just keep my teddy bear is all I'm asking.
You can keep your teddy bear.
No, I can't. I've seen what actual bears do. They bonk and almost kill Leonardo DiCaprio. Screw the teddy bear. I'm kicking that to the curb. Like that, bears are dangerous.
You can have a bunny.
It's going to feel odd, unrelated, but I used to date a girl who was like super into animal training, and so I was at Simi Valley's Moore Park City College looking at a tiger exhibit or something like that, and this woman had a live tiger next to her or something, and these people were kept like further away, and she was explaining like how someone I forgot the name of the magician, not the magicians, but the
Siegfried and Roy.
Siegfried and Roy. Like, one of them got like dragged off stage by the tiger. She's like, look, you have been taught that tigers are cute. They're not. They are vicious animals and they will kill you. And she's saying this to a bunch of little kids. I don't know that they need to know that yet, but I suppose it's for their own good.
Yeah, so that
right?
you don't start thinking that you can just walk up to the tiger and try and pet it or something. It's a wild animal.
Right. So, again, I'm making the point, like, I get that. Why do I need this, though, when I'm not dealing with that on a massive scale? Like, I'm not dealing with superheroes coming to Earth that I have to fear for my life from.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying, yeah.
So, that's all.
But you still enjoyed the show.
I enjoyed the show.
Yes.
I enjoyed the drama. I enjoyed the character development. I enjoyed the psychological aspect. But it's like, it's trying to show you, like, these things you've been raised to believe. These like very sanitized superhero programs that you know, like that's not how this would go down. I'm like, I get it.
That's why it's a program for mature people.
I get it.
Okay.
I understand. I'm like Omni-Man. You've got the two sides pedaling it out.
Yeah. I just want to say one more thing, just about Debbie, his mom, because I kind of feel like watching this, I thought in some ways she's the strongest out of all of them. Because she always has to put on this, like, brave front, like she's doing just fine in front of her son.
Yeah.
And then there was a brief moment in that scene where he was recovering in the hospital and she turns around to pick up the cup with the straw, right, to give him a drink. And for a moment there, it's almost like the cup was too heavy for her to lift up. And she had this moment of like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
And then she just like picks it up to give to him, and then he doesn't want it. But like in that moment, I was just like, oh my God, my heart breaks for this woman, because she's trying to be a good mom. She's trying to like support him and be like, I'm so proud of you, son, and all of that. All along this journey, she's been his biggest champion. Meanwhile, all she wants to do is just like break down and cry. I'm just like, oh, you're so strong holding it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I just really felt for her. That's all.
Overall, I liked the show. I thought it was quite good in its execution. There was times where the violence got to be a bit much for me, but I suppose that's just par for the course with a show like this.
Yeah.
I thought that the voice acting was quite good. I've stated before that I do wish that they had used, non-famous actors because it's like you could,
it's not entirely necessary to have name actors for a show like this.
Yeah, and it's not even like selling it on that. So I don't know why they didn't use no-name actors, because like some of the voices I grew up with, the most iconic voice. I was just watching an interview with the guy who voiced Batman through my childhood. No one knew who he was when he played Batman. Like, that was one of his earliest voiceover auditions. Mm-hmm. And he happened to book it and became this iconic voice. But, like, what if you had given that instead to Sean Connery or Harrison Ford or some famous voice actor at that time? You know what I mean? Like, it gave that guy a chance, and now he's immortalized as Batman. It's so... That's all I'm saying. Anyway, that's like beside the point.
But barring that, they all did a really great job.
They did a great job.
Yeah.
I thought that the voice acting was quite good and the animation style was interesting. I had a good time. Hopefully you guys did too. Hit that subscribe button, please. Bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
ACHARA KIRK.
Peace out.